interesting. Let us check it out. It's actually the Ramlethal mirror. Is this?
This is them saying, I'll show you a happy chaos mirror after we said it like 30 times. I would be willing to bet they're in the DMs. They're saying, hey, you know what? I got an idea. Let's screw with them as hard as we can.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure about the Ram mirror, but this is kind of popping off. 2K, 2D into some nice little Rekkas coming through there. Oh my god, that was such a big swing. Not going to work out. Red RC should be enough to close it out. Oh no, the wall break.
Oh, no, not quite.
Oh, you're right. No, I was looking. Yeah. Wrong
I was
side.
looking at the wrong side. Ooh, actually lands on the laser. I would know. Jump forward, air dash back, JS. That button is enormous. Very hard to challenge. Symbolist taking round number 1 in whatever this is.
This is a Ram mirror.
I mean, technically, this is also shenanigans, I believe, is the technical term.
I can abide by that. This is also a top 8 matchup, chat. So, same as always, it is still first to 3.
Druice finds the gap to jump right out. Trying to bait the burst, doesn't need to. Sim not choosing to expend it. JP checks. Symbolist with the meter advantage, Druice with the life advantage, but Ramlethal damage is kind of nutty. This could just be 1 touch. Okay, maybe make it 2. 5K, challenge the landing.
It's a good button. It is a really good button.
It's a very good button. Just run up, throw them. Trying to do it again. Jumping out with JPs, making some space for themselves. Turns out Ramlethal versus Ramlethal footsies get kind of intense fighting for space here. They both got those giant buttons that recover way too quickly. So the footsie game is meaningful.
Yeah. And, oh, no, didn't commit to the second part of the Rekka, so was still far enough away to make it safe-ish. But Mortabato blocked. And listen, these might not be their main characters, or they may be.
They're kind of schmoving.
Yeah, they got some stuff going on. They got some bombos. They're making it all work. It's coming together.
I was going to say, that's how you know they're better than I am, when they're playing a sub-character better than I play my main.
That's why we're on the desk.
Exactly. My gameplay may be fraudulent, but my voice is buttery smooth. Curious to see if we go back to the character select screen, but no, they're going to let it ride. I appreciate it.
I'm all about it. I think, you're in top 8. You get 2 chances. Why even mess with success? Just let it rock. Play the characters that you want to play. Bring it home with the Ramlethal. 6P into the last part of the Rekka, not quite close enough.
Yeah, no dash cancel combos here quite yet.
All right, those might need some
jump
work.
into the throw.
Just run up Mortobato. It's a bit risky. Didn't work out that time, but do it again. I bet it'll work next time.
You know what? I respect it.
2K, 2D. Had the tension.
Yep. Okay, that'll do it. I was looking for a reversal. Dying with a grip full of meter never feels good. I might have been looking at the wrong one again. These things happen.
So. Yeah, Druice out here wearing purple.
Making Gogol Bordello very proud. Shout out to the 3 people in chat who understood that reference. Canceling Rekkas into sword tosses into a laser beam. I think this is one of the coolest animated supers in the game, in my opinion. I really, really like the laser animation.
It's definitely a good one. I don't know if I'll give you best. I'm trying to think of some better ones, but you might actually have.
I will say,
checkmate.
Deus Ex Machina is a really sick animation too.
Yep.
Ooh, actually,
I'm a big fan of Chips. Not the Uzumaki Barrage, the other one. The lightning one.
Yeah, yeah. That one's sick. I like Baiken's sword super, but that's only because she's my secondary, and I think the animation to transition into The super is really cool. The way it zooms in.
Also, big fan of Ino's command grab. I think the animation on that one is
yes,
bonkers good. But here we are.
That's a good call out.
Game 3 of top 8. Still rocking the Ramlethal mirror. I love it.
Sim out to a good advantage already, forcing Druice to use the burst, and Symbolist forced to use theirs in kind. Makes a lot of sense. I'm a big fan of round 1 early burst because you're very likely to build it back up no matter who wins round 1 by the time round 2 comes back around.
All right.
Ooh, jump into the double overhead on the Oki. Symbolist kind of schmoovin'.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff going right there for Symbolist. But it's coming right back, though. Druice going to get the hit, tries to get the sword, but we got JP always coming through, picks it right back up, but doesn't finish it.
No!
The J,
Okay.
the 2D, that's coming through, though.
It's all good. All planned. Nothing happened. You saw nothing. It's fine. Symbolist grabbing the corner.
Oh, you're going to explode. Oh, too far away for the 5K.
The 6P counter hit has super on board. Druice does have that burst. Looking to not expend it this round, I would imagine. You're really working uphill this round. Best to save it for the 3rd round if you end up needing to.
Yeah, you don't want to be spending a burst because if you lose here, you're also going in against set point, right? Symbolist already is up 2-0.
Yes.
They only need the one more game win to be moving on to winner semifinals. But they just grabbed them out of the sword push. That was sick.
So disrespectful. But here we go. Symbolist is on match point, as you just said. Oh, look, we got that dash cancel going. With a sword toss right over Symbolist crunching head. 2K2D forces out the burst from Symbolist.
Oh, the 2K into the sword explosion is so grimy. And look at this. Symbolist is kind of playing around right now. They saw how successful they were the last time that P2 corner was their friend. PRC to get the burst. This is going to hurt. It's not enough to kill because that wall will fall. But here we go. Just needs one more touch.
Spaces out the jumping special. Into the corner once again, but just run straight at him. Throw him back into the corner.
Blocks the YRC. Close slash to close it out. 3-0 for Symbolist in the Ramlethal mirror.
And in that last game, Symbolist baited burst once unsuccessfully with a jump cancel, allowed Druice. Ooh, oh, not gonna lit the intro rock. That's okay. We got Kurase. We got Test Your Luck. Test Your Luck once again. We saw it before, going ham at round start, really trying to abuse that round start privilege, but Kurase ready for it, throws him out.
Yeah, even throwing some really awkward delays in there, trying to get those counter hits to their side. But if you're going to get cranked by Nagoriyuki like that, your health bar is not going to be thanking you.
Kurase running Test Your Luck into the corner. Did that dodge the Beyblade with the curse jump? I didn't quite see how those hitboxes interacted, but it sure looked like it. Burst available both sides. There it is for Kurase. Clone available is going to eat the Beyblade. And the blood pop gives Kurase the opening needed to close out that round.
Yeah, you definitely
Throwing a little...
Yeah. But here we go. Gonna be able to fight next up in the round. That mix just... How do you block that? There's so much...
that's so gross.
There's so many things you gotta pay attention to. The upside here for Nagoriyuki players is 2 hits and the health bar is even again. One more and you basically win the round. Still recovers after the DP and has time for Beyblade. Are you kidding me?
Is this what it looks like to play top tiers?
Yeah.
Asking for the Anji gang.
Yeah. This is what happens when
All
you
right.
actually play Guilty Gear Strive.
Okay. Now I know. Now I understand. And these two are really making use of all the space they have to cover. Kurase going to the air, trying to maneuver with those cross-ups. Test Your Luck, staying grounded as Nagoriyuki is wont to do. There it is again. Watch how Test Your Luck backdashes on Wake Up so often. Kurase really gonna need to play around that. Okay, doesn't do it just to make me look like a liar. That's fine, Test Your Luck. I see how it is.
Gets rid of the clone. Doesn't get punished for it either.
Watch the blood. TestYourLuck doesn't have great ways to close distance at this high blood level, especially against the guard crush coming out of Kurase.
Yeah, they still have to be careful of the curse, which they weren't able to jump over because Nago only has that single jump. He's not a very mobile character just by default. So he doesn't have a lot of great ways to dodge out on the curse throw. If you jump late, you're still going to get hit by it because he's a big body. Like, you don't have, you know, everything going on. You're not Fat Milia, right? You're not Gold Lewis who can play around with things.
That was a very, very good display of both players' skill, right? Like, we saw TestYourLuck really making the most out of every situation he could get into his favor. Kurase, kind of like I was saying at the winner's top 16 side for TestYourLuck's match there, Kurase was doing a very good job of interrupting TestYourLuck's approaches where possible. You know, it's not going to work out every time, but if you just get one or two of those good interactions in your favor, it makes it really hard for Nago to find his way back in when he gets to exactly around this blood level, right? You're knocking on popping. You don't really get to do much except try and super jump at the zoner, which is really difficult.
Yeah, as you can see there, he's just going to get shot out of the sky. You kind of have to play around with like that, you know, speed ramping BRC that just isn't optimal. But outside of that, you just got to chicken block. You got to walk and block forward. You got to be able to insta block these gunshots too. That's another really critical part of this walking forward is using FD, insta blocking, trying to, you know, negate that pushback as much as possible.
Here we go, new opportunity, new game. Fukio back to bait the burst. TestYourLuck, good read. Kurase has to defend, expending meter on the faultless defense to try and buy some space. TestYourLuck is gonna pop. Kurase has amazing conversion ability, has to burst. That would have probably been the game just with how long Happy Chaos can keep you in the air.
Oh, that roll through gonna give you corner control. Tap Dust works as well. Had the overdrive, but opted into the mix instead. Goes for the brain blast. No bullets though, which means that 5 Dust is not gonna be safe.
One interaction into lose, just didn't confirm the super correctly. TestYourLuck gets away with robbery.
Yeah, that is...
Kurase's back in the corner already.
That is a tough round to lose, especially when you go back and watch the VOD later. Like, you're going to be kicking yourself.
It should be 1-1. Kurase knows, but has the meter advantage. Gets suspended on faultless defense if they so choose. Trying to jump out. TestYourLuck does a great job catching with the air-to-air. A little bit of spaghetti. We're going fishing with a 2S. Finds a catch. That's 2-0 in favor of oh no, that's 1-1 in favor of nobody. Kurase, okay, it's a mental fortitude moment, right? You got to shake it off. Got to say, I know what I was supposed to do. Just didn't do it. That's okay. I can do it again. I can do it better. Take it into the next round. Do your thing. Your game plan is strong. And TestYourLuck, quite the opposite, trying to ride the momentum of one game.
Things come down to a 1-2 now because they've tied it up. Man, it's always crazy watching the vampire bite come in like second move of the round because you're looking at the blood meter like there's nothing there. You're like, unless you're just gonna start spamming Beyblade all of a sudden, like it's not gonna drain that blood enough. But everything else so far has completely come together for TestYourLuck. There's no burst. Happy Chaos just has to hold all this damage.
All that chip damage too. There was so much that came through the blocks. It's ridiculous. Look at all this blood that's being used. Not quite pop level, but very close. Kurase, if he can just buy space for himself, will be in a very good position, but that's a big if.
Yeah, we saw TestYourLuck attempt to go for the round win as they get the JD, the red RC instead of the overdrive. I don't know if the overdrive would have killed, but it doesn't matter because they're going to slash the ankles out behind you anyway.
That was the hypest air-to-air call-out I have ever seen. Raw JD saying, you're going to jump. I know you're going to jump. You're going to jump out. Yep, you jumped. Get back in the corner. Hold this damage. Hold this L. Ugh, that was nuts.
Actually insane. I see that a lot A lot of these Nagos go for that jump dust in that scenario because there's not a whole lot of downside to it, because on block you're not scared, and on hit you get that. So it's kind of a no-lose situation for a lot of these Nagoriyuki players, unless they kind of get scooped out of the sky, but that's not as common.
Yeah, that is a bit of a big but. Once again, Kurase is in the position where if they can get the space, the blood level is a problem, but Test Your Luck playing a spacing game right back, stays outside of the burst hit radius, converts again into a win. Test Your Luck on set point. Oh, but Kurase is getting it started though.
Back to the corner, P2 side this time, 6S, good button to throw out there. Brain Blast to try and cancel out that burnout state, but we might find ourselves right back there, but no! The wall stick comes through, actually gonna 6S it this time, does not want to go for the slump mix.
No, I think a 2-3-6S hit from Kurase, which means it is actually a launch. Couldn't get a wall slump loop off of that. Had to take the unfortunate situation of having to break the wall, but that's okay. Brain Blast comes through, doesn't convert all the way. 5P. Burst comes through for Test Your Luck. Hoping to carry that into the next round. Doesn't want to have to use it here if they don't have to. And the jump in with the guns blasting away. Kurase staying alive here. Test Your Luck does have the burst advantage though, and one interaction might be all they need to win this. Kurase might not even get another burst.
Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be a good start here for Test Your Luck. Using that burst for tempo, actually gets the hit on the third part of the target combo. And look at what you get afterwards. That should not work that way.
Oh, and the 2S clips the toes. Kurase not making it happen. Whoo, that was some big damage, and that means Test Your Luck gonna get to go to winners finals. Chipp was up in that conversation for a while before the J2K nerfs. And then a lot of people dropped him, Leffen being a primary example. And then looks like, at least recently, like you were just saying, there's been a lot more interest in Chipp in the last couple of months, which is, I think, a lot of fun. I love watching Chipp.
Yeah, Chipp, it's definitely fun to watch. Not super fun to interact with all the time, but from sitting behind the desk, super fun. Goes right into the Uzumaki Barrage. I love that decision. You get the positive bonus, you get the safe jump. Like, you can start running your mix first. But that said, flash kick, always a concern.
Yeah, the safe jump really only matters if you execute it as a safe jump. Sometimes you forget to hold block, and you know what? Flash kicks are kind of Leo's specialty. So what you gonna do? Guard point coming through, like we pointed out a couple games earlier. And RedThunder's been getting a lot of mileage out of that specific part of Leo's kit that I think we don't see all too often. Leo doesn't really have to be a read character, and it's one of those tools that can be played around relatively okay if it's represented often enough, but it's not a tool that's often represented that frequently, so you do need to kind of adjust to that being part of RedThunder's toolkit.
Oh, that's a huge counter hit, and again, right into the Uzumaki Barrage. And guard point or flash kick, what's it going to be? Neither, actually. Decides the block, has to hold the clone mix. On the high burst, you're dead!
And that's a real bummer, because that means probably not going to have it available for this last match. Chipp does build a lot of bursts for you because he has to hit you a lot of times, a lot of little pokes and little needles to get that damage racked up, but Leo only needs one or two. That was some big damage off the command throw.
Yep, the power bomb, into the overhead, into the overdrive. That's basically a 3-hit kill coming out there. Gets the 7 letters that every Leo wants to see. Perfect to close out game 1.
Yeah, and there was definitely things on both sides of that match to be happy with, right? Those hit confirms coming out for the Uzumaki Barrage are absolutely nuts. It means your scaling is really, really low. Maximize your damage, trying to get more than just the knockdown out of your meter expenditure. I'm a little curious to see how you adapt to play around the guard point, right? Like, It's a very RedThunder unique tool so far.
Yeah, it's interesting because it does the twofold thing of blocking the potential entry points of Chipp, whether it's clone or the jump heavy, something like that. But then it also gives you that immediate counter hit, but it also hits far enough away that you don't have to block the first part. You can just start it.
Look at the risk. Look at the risk. One hit from RedThunder will probably close the game out, but no, the flash kick doesn't land.
JK gets the 6K as well. That thing's so deadly.
Oh, it's so fast, especially coming out of an RC. 2K check keeps RedThunder out. Zaylon's on the board. Good proactive defense.
Yeah, holds on to the burst for that entire set too. But if you're going to trade round start, it's definitely not in your favor. Great challenge out though with the 2K. Alpha Blade airborne. Oh no, not like that. That burst literally just came back, I feel like.
Yeah. Really interesting thing there too. Zaylon went for a shimmy off of that last jump in because RedThunder has been representing throw PRC really, really often. So Zaylon didn't end up getting the throw bait there, but it's a really, really subtle adaptation that could end up being really important later on in the set if it lands.
Oh, wow. Just going to DP out, giving the Leo a little bit of taste of their own medicine. It's going to be a game on the board coming through for Zaylon, making sure that it's not going to be a runaway here for Leo.
When in doubt, reversal out. One of those tools that, yeah, again, we've been talking about representation of tool sets a lot. You know, it's kind of my bad. I've been bringing it up a lot, but it's true because that's one thing that if you don't use it, your opponent doesn't have to respect it. And if you do use it, they have to respect it for the rest of the match, right? Everyone knows Leo's going to flash kick, but Chipp, his DP is so much higher risk because if it's red, you die. The game is over if you whiff a DP. So showing you're willing to use it is a bigger deal for Chipp than it is for a lot of other characters.
Yeah, and it's already like a fifth of the way up.
Yeah.
It just cranks so fast, especially with Leo, who loves to just do stuff and have it work. Guard point into the chase down with the cross slash. That's a tough thing to deal with because you block the guard point thinking, oh, maybe I can move a little bit, but no, great BRC though to beat out the counter.
And the BRC just to bait out interaction is such a neat tech. BRC is my favorite mechanic in the game, bar none. Leo hit confirming into the super. No opportunity for burst there, I believe. Confirming into that round win. Zaylon really needs to avoid using burst or use it immediately just like that if you want to have any chance of carrying burst into round 3. That's another whiffed throw from RedThunder though. Zaylon playing around that pretty well now.
Oh, great overhead on the Rekka as well. Doesn't get anything after it though, and that flash kick perfectly timed to beat the second attempt.
And meter expenditure just for the sake of spacing. I've really, really liked that point. Zaylon's been getting a lot of mileage off of whiff punishing and then running in for small little conversions into knockdowns. RedThunder's been showing lots of willingness to throw out things. So BRC for spacing is a great idea, but the reversal super on wake up. Chipp goes down so quickly to that kind of option.
Yeah, that probably had a lot of damage still in the tank too. Like there wasn't a whole lot of health to burn through for Chipp there, so it didn't look like it did a lot, but it could have done more. There was more power in those swings than needed.
Look, man, sometimes it's personal. Just this once, I'll go all out.
Dropping the ankle weights and just running it.
Who needs to use a Maki barrage? We got that Rock Lee barrage. All right, getting back into it. Both players just like, okay, stanky leg, and let the match begin.
Look at this. Projectiles attempts coming through. Early burst from RedThunder, but I kind of respect it. It sent Chipp back towards the corner. They just didn't follow it up with anything, which is tough to see because now you have to hold this. You have no burst. There's no resource outside of a flash kick on the other side of this wall for you.
And there it is. The flash kick does come through. Zaylon's been caught by these wall break scenario flash kicks much more often than I really feel like should happen. There's that cross through that can be thrown. I didn't even know you could PRC there into a full conversion. I knew you could RC out of it, but I haven't seen that in action in a very long time. Very impressive win for Zaylon here.
Good stuff coming through there. Had a little bit of a tough time. Things were looking a little brutal there. But here we go. Round start. Again, success on the buttons, but so ready to just let the flash kicks rock. And it's the Leo way, right? You're just going to throw them out.
Yeah, there you can, I believe, OS Chipp going invisible with a fuzzy jump in that case. I believe jump beats most of those options, which means flash kick should as well, right? There's a little gap there for you to interact. Flash kick timing should beat out pretty much all of those, but it doesn't matter. Zaylon saying, get back in the corner. I know where you belong. Call you baby, because you're getting back in that corner until I decide to break the wall. Meter expenditure. Zaylon getting mixed. Leo be like that sometimes. Burst is available. Ooh.
Hate to see it.
You hate to see it. Just barely came up. Impressive awareness by RedThunder, watching that gauge throughout his combo, ready to react the moment it becomes available. Doesn't let the Rekka flow. Okay, there it is. Overhead on the Rekka. Carrying to the wall. Doesn't quite get a full... Ooh, that was... What was that? That was tricky.
Oh, we got overheads coming through. Oh, we finally get a jump to the corner, but the 6P was so ready.
Flash kick RC. 2H into a wall break. Not crazy damage, though. Scaled starter means Zaylon has at least a shot here. Builds enough meter. I don't think this is going to be quite enough damage, though. Nope. With a flash kick. Oh, no! Okay, he's alive. Just barely managing to stick through there. When you do that clone toss, it has a hurt box. So if the reversal managed to hit Zaylon's original body as well, that would have easily been death. Really good awareness there to make sure you're not just going to send it without a little bit of a backup plan.
Staying alive. Game 5 on the board now. Going the distance. Let's see if they can take it to a final round as well, because honestly, why shouldn't they? That's more Guilty Gear for us. That's more show for you guys. That is plenty of stuff to get done. Oh, that's a big counter, though. Big damage off of the Chipp as well. Oh, we're taking it to the sky. That was kind of mixy.
The reset means the scaling drops, confirming the super for the damage. I like the run-up meaty. Not going for the safe jump, just going for some little more reliable. The safe jump hasn't been working out so far. Time to try for something else.
Just raw Alpha Blade. Goes high that time. There's no burst available, which means that should be enough. And we got the double Alpha Blade combos just to swag it out.
Yeah, that was a really just solid, straightforward game plan from Zaylon that round, executed correctly.
Now, oh, the gold burst actually connects too. This is going to hurt because it's right into the barrage. Not going to play around at all. Wants that Oki, wants that positive bonus. And that time they go for the safe jump. It works out this time, but they didn't believe. Or they wanted the burst. I don't know which, but either way, they got everything they could have wanted. Uzumaki Barrage to close it out. That should be more than enough. It's not!
Oh, it's not! Magic Pixel. Alpha Blade dodges the flash kick. Gets the last touch. Zaylon very dominating that round. Very clean.
If you want
Nagoriyuki.
I respect it. Soul Bad Guy, a character that, again, we haven't seen yet tonight, but we've certainly seen a lot of Soul Bad Guy in the past. We've talked about Mike Safety, we've talked about Monkey Business. Obviously, Symbolist as well has this character in their repertoire. And look at this. Already off to a strong start.
Yeah, I really like this character choice. Having a reversal option to stuff out TestYourLuck's really relentless approach, I think is very valuable. We've seen TestYourLuck more than willing to full send, say, I got this blood bar, it's empty, we gotta fix that. Having a reversal option is just a really important way to reliably have a tool to escape that pressure. Oh, the combo drop though!
And you are so close to dying, but they held onto the burst. I wouldn't have done that. I would have bursted as soon as that blade touched me. I would not have had to do any of that, but the presence of mind to go for the PRC DP in that scenario. That is grimy. That is thievery. That is a crime.
Well, no, because the Bandit Bringer gives you time as you hang in the air to confirm your opponent's choice. PRC gives you time to input your response to it. He saw that there was a button coming out and the reversal was guaranteed to land.
I'm still calling it a crime. I'm calling the authorities.
It's so good. It was dirty.
2K2D forces the burst here out of TestYourLuck, who's having a bit of a better round here, but that's might start slipping away. But the 6P perfect time comes out. Chipp, a huge factor here now. Has to FD a little bit, but spends all of their meter just to get out of the corner.
TestYourLuck really favoring backdashes so far. Sim with the 5P, just as a little check to try and keep TestYourLuck in the corner. TestYourLuck's blood is really high, just needs a little bit more to go full pop. Symbolist hanging on by a thread. Gets that danger, but who cares?
The negative bonus, though, is huge. It means that they lost all of that pre-built tension, but they're still going to get the bringer coming down right into the headpiece of TestYourLuck.
That was the best match of the night so far. No doubt in my mind. Symbolist absolutely wilding out right now. That was such a great sequence of plays. I love the adaptation to go for a reversal character. I love the fact that Soul has much more mobility than the Happy Chaos or the Ram, being able to use the kicks up in the air to try and get an air approach when TestYourLuck's blood gauge is a little higher. TestYourLuck, though, no slouch. Ooh, misses the conversion just by a hair.
Yeah, went a little bit too far there, but look at that. Already burst coming out of Symbolist as well. A little bit for tempo. Bandit Bringer again being successful. 6P punished by the 6S, and now didn't actually go for the full combo, but they just get another 6S into the Tyrant Rave. Gonna get the kill.
Killed. That damage was insane. Symbolist playing just such an amazing footsies game at the corner. TestYourLuck trying to poke his way out. Symbolist says, I'm just going to stand back ever so slightly, take my opportunities to fight back, get your damage, get your kill. TestYourLuck. Great job putting Sim in the corner again.
I mean, even then, that jump out attempt from Sim was pretty sick. Going for a little bit of FD on the off chance they got hit, but they find themselves right back here. 2K2D run up close slash is always dangerous. Yeah, I like the burst. Kind of have to let it rock.
TestYourLuck loves these backdashes. I'm just waiting for Sim to catch on and do something about it. There it is again. That backdash. Close slash didn't land for Sim. Punish with the back throw. We do have Symbolism with the burst advantage. Isn't going to spend it quite yet. There it is. Look at the blood gauge.
Punish. Yeah, the bringer was a little bit short, so the 5K comes out for the actual punish combo. But back throw is so tough here for TestYourLuck because they're just going to have to hold all this close slash pressure. Revolver. Oh, God. It's all going to matter. It's all going to hurt. Symbolist almost had the chase down too.
He was ready for the spacing.
He sees the code. He's in the matrix. And now you get wild throw.
Symbolist is also the first person to utilize instant block against Nago's normals. There has been several instances in the set so far where Symbolist is getting punishes with 6H, 2K2D, where other people in the bracket have gotten nothing. They just had to hold the pressure, but using the instant block, keeping TestYourLuck within range by the reduced knockback, allowing for additional punishes, allowing for tempo reversals where other people weren't able to find them.
I like that they waited the couple seconds during the blood pop too to let it start really before the wild throw, but not long enough that there was a concern for a jump out. So definitely knows the timing on that one, as every Soul bad guy should, right? Command grab being the best tool against a popping Nagoriyuki.
Symbolist changing up the IBs for IBFD in the corner that time. Pushes Test Your Luck way out of range. Resets to neutral while the blood gauge is basically full.
Yeah, but I feel like this isn't that same scenario against Happy Chaos where Nago has to, like, sacrifice their life to get in, right? Because you can expect Symbolist to try and get in there. They're a sole bad guy. They want to punch you, and they can't do it from a full screen away.
That's a very good point. Nago does have tools at that range, but look at Sim finding ways in already.
Oh,
Test Your Luck fighting back, but this counter hit is going to hurt RC. Ooh, that damage coming out of Soul Bad Guy gets Symbolist into match point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Look at these IBs again!
Still got hit by the target combo, so does take that, but yeah, just block. You keep bringing it up, and it's going to keep mattering because those extra frames that you get because of that add up so fast.
Test Your Luck goes for the burst, finds some space. Backdashing, willing to give up a little bit of space to try and buy it back, but Sim takes an inch into a mile.
Try to get the whiff punish there with that success, but the hurt box wasn't quite where they wanted it to be, but they still have 50 tension. They still got a little bit of a life deficit, but that's so bad guy. It doesn't really matter that much.
Normal throw, keeping pressure going. YRC, a good meter expenditure. Your back is to the wall. You can't stay there. Doesn't matter, though. Just the footsies gave into the wild throw. Symbolist taking the set 3-0. That was dominating across all three matches. To our losers semifinal between Kurase and Druice, we got the Happy Chaos mirror. These are the last two Happy Chaos players in the bracket. After this is just Test Your Luck and Symbolist that we just saw. I got a feeling we're going to hear the phrase bang quite a lot.
More than once, I would say. Might be twice. Might be more than twice. We'll never know, really. But as we get the wall break coming through, great life lead already here for Druice, who's looking to close it out pretty quickly here. They're actually going to go for the Brain Blast versus the Deus Ex. That doesn't punish. Oh, but no, because he tried to hit him. Druice tried to shoot him.
If you're in an animation. Kurase trying to make it happen. Oh, not quite. Gonna get picked up for that last lick of health. Druice on the board, 1-0. Kurase does have that burst advantage, but Druice having a game to spare. Definitely gonna build that back up before the set's over for sure. Ooh, throw in response to the roll cross-up. Happy Chaos Tech responded in kind.
Yeah, I don't know the exact timing on that one. I know it's doable, like, with Leo in the cross-up. I just don't know, like, how the gunshot covers that option, right? Because throw is so good. It's so fast being 2 frames. I don't know if you have to, like, preemptively shoot to make that fully not an option, or if you just kind of get a punish. I really don't know the exact numbers there, but it is an option as long as you're not getting shot in the face. But here we go, round 3, game 1.
You cannot grab roll if they're frame perfect. Good to know. Thank you. Druice did expend burst in that last round. I'm a little curious about that choice, but you know, sometimes you're feeling it. Sometimes what you felt didn't quite work out. Kurase broke concentration, though. Doesn't have that meter. Now has it back after all of this pressure has been exerted. Kurase's risk is cranked a little bit. Bit of a standoff here. Going to have to be meter expenditure for the concentration. Druice working in just a little bit. It's a very, very strange hit scan footsies going on here.
This is getting a little wonky here. Does get the hit. That's gonna hurt, but you're still alive, so you get a little bit longer.
No burst either way. Meter advantage for Kurase because of the positive bonus, but all of those JPs hitting does build burst up for Druice. Burst gets built up for Kurase too. Did you press a button? Did you press a button?
They counted it.
Which out? Which Deus Ex is the winner?
The first.
It's going to be the first. It's not invincible on startup. It's not a reversal option, which means responding to the flash for the super startup with a super startup isn't going to make it happen.
That is actually insanity coming out there. But that is going to be game 1 in the books.
So there's a lot of really interesting, like, small interactions and like mind games that go into the zoning battles. It's a lot of who's going to twitch first and who's going to manage their resources better, right? Executionally, you have to imagine that both players are going to do at least well enough, but playing around both your and your opponent's resources is a tricky balance to strike, and managing all of that all at once is very, very impressive.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, it is.
Already below
Hard
half
knockdown.
HP here, down to about 25%, 30%, I would say. But at the backdash, oh my Lanta, what just happened?
What just happened is you're going to have to hold this damage from a full screen wall carry. Chooses not to break it. Trying to keep the positional advantage instead. Happy Chaos loves those wall slump opportunities, so good call. Burst is expended for both players here. Druice's risk is getting cranked. Goes for a throw, doesn't land.
Yep, that's where those 38 frames of recovery really turn to bite you. But sometimes you think you have the time. The Goomba stomp after the PRC forward. So tough to deal with.
Druice just barely not able to hold on. Kurase finds the cross up.
Gets it
Looking
again.
for a second. There it is. It was like 3 overheads, I think. Shot into Stanky leg into shot.
Oh, the just block. Even the trade came through, but I don't think they were quite ready with the gunshot, so no pickup there. But, I mean, look at the life lead. How do you come back from this, even as Happy Chaos?
Whatever you do, you got to do it now. Kurase coming in. Ooh, doesn't manage the concentration. Runs it all the way. Druice gets an opportunity here.
Yeah, this is actually hugely important, as it could very well even up the life next hit. Honestly, they might even be able to kill up the next hit, but BRC into curse throw, just trying to get space. Doesn't want to overcommit too hard just yet. Has to block after the BRC, though.
Burst has to be expended, otherwise Druice was going down there. Kurase just really needs one more good conversion opportunity. There it is. Finds it off a stray hit, runs in, smacks him around, closes out the round.
And that's literally what Dazonologist in the chat was saying, that if they're both cursed, whoever shoots first loses. Because you saw Druice try and get the steady shot in, and they just got blasted away for their problems, or for their troubles.
Yeah. I believe that's 2-0 for Kurase now, is that correct?
That is correct.
One more to move on into losers finals against TestYourLuck, who sent Kurase here in winners semis earlier in the bracket. Ooh, 236S as a counter hit is one of Happy Chaos's best starters. Absolutely have to burst out of there. Druice finding pressure. Kurase trying to work in, has that burst available, but it is very difficult to burst Happy Chaos like you were mentioning earlier, Doc.
Oh, that's not great. It's still recoverable.
That was disgusting wall carry. What the hell?
You definitely get some distance on that one.
And the Deus Ex Machina does build a lot of both meter and burst when you are hit with that, so Druice in a relatively okay position burst-wise. Kurase, very little health. Looking to save that burst. There it is. Druice on the board. Finds the cross up. Burst. Throws Kurase into the corner, but ends up finding the corner pressure anyway.
Yeah, that counter hit really poorly timed for Druice. They thought they were able to get something out there, but the low gun chop just took them out at the ankles. And now that MJ has the lead, they can just kind of chill, right? They just, as long as they manage their options here, right? They have been struggling with the concentration a little bit, I'll be honest, but when you take the time to run in, take the bonus concentration that you get by being close to your opponent, it makes it a lot easier. Holds the gunshot in the sky.
Risk cranking up makes that damage easy to land. Kurasa on set point. Druice does have the advantage on the burst, but look at this, Kurasa already getting out to the front start.
Oh, that's a good gunshot, though. MJ going to be able to break the wall right at the end here.
This is a whole lot of damage. Get that hard knockdown. Kurasa needs one more interaction, probably.
All right.
Meter is expended. Did you press a button? No.
But there's no real punish opportunity there because they were far enough away. Didn't have gun drawn because they were blocking. So you get away with it scot-free. That's an interesting input. 6p full screen.
Well,
But
you know.
MJ gonna be able to eat some damage for their troubles with no tension. Here it is, 50. You should be able to kill. Yeah, just rip the Deus Ex.
That should be enough. Not a lot of scaling. Damage is backloaded into that last shot for anyone whose heart skipped a beat like me and forgot that fact. 1-2. Druice on the board.
Finally, gonna get a little bit going for themselves. Staves off potential knockout here. This is loser side, chat, so you don't get any more second chances. This is it. If you fall here, you're done.
Losers semis, 2 away from making it back into grands. Symbolist waiting for any approaching challengers. Curse is applied. One thing that Druice has been doing that has a middling success is looking for those IBFDs on the gunshots. It is kind of hard to get a Happy Chaos player's rhythm to be able to IBFD those consistently, but it is a good look. It saves yourself a little bit of chip damage. It means you can probably get in a little easier if you do land them from the reduced knockback. But Kurasa doing a great job keeping Druice in the corner so far. Bullets and concentration both on deck for both of these players. I think it was like 4 overheads between Guns, Pogo, and Jake. Hey, that was nasty.
Yeah, this is tough. Sometimes the mirror, it's super interesting to watch if you're a fan of these characters, right? Because you get to see how they maneuver around each other's options when they have the same options. So right now, MJ just fully taking apart the game. That is, I'm going to chalk it. That's going to be 3-1 in favor of MJKurase. And that was kind of tough.
Yeah, whenever let's hop in to our losers finals match. Test Your Luck and Kurasa going up at it. Test Your Luck did send Kurasa into losers earlier in the bracket and winners semifinals. So Kurasa looking for some redemption. Test Your Luck looking to find redemption against Symbolist in the grand finals. Drop already, couldn't get the wall break in time. Playing the spacing game. Test Your Luck looking to find a way in. We've seen this position before, right? Happy Chaos trying to keep the zoning. Test Your Luck at a high amount of blood. Kurasa getting counter hit though, but finds a punish on the jump in.
Oh, that's not going to work? I'm surprised. I thought he had plenty of time in the air, but here it is. Second chance at life, and he's actually going to get the hit. Oh, that's huge. Takes him to the wall, gets the break. What can you do with this positive bonus, though?
Ooh, you can get wrecked on the jump in. Kurasa finding the way in to close out the round. Test Your Luck, double Fukio, and then a Beyblade for a counter hit. Another counter hit. Fukio's away from the burst, but does blood pop. Burst has to be expended.
Oh, but there's no
Kurasa
concentration.
Finds the throw. Ooh, you're right.
That YRC gives them enough time for it to come back, though, but the JP coming out from Test Your Luck is so tough to deal with, and the Beyblade to close it out.
Test Your Luck finding a way in. I like Kurasa going on the offensive. Test Your Luck has represented Fukio back as a round start option so many times this whole bracket. Kurasa finally calling him out, saying, I know what to do about this, but Test Your Luck finding a way in anyway afterwards.
Wow, that was a really far-reaching 2K. I'm genuinely shocked.
Yeah, that button's kind of an atrocity. Now your patent-pending Brain Blast comes through. Maintain that concentration. Wall slump loops are activated. TestYourLuck needs to find a way out of this. This is really close to a checkmate situation when you're at this high of blood, but the backdash that he's been representing so frequently gets him out.
Oh, the close slash is more than enough damage. Follows through with the nice little sequence there. TestYourLuck gonna take game 1.
That feels like a little bit of robbery, but also that's kind of the story of Nagoriyuki. So what you gonna do? Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, he's the best character in the game. Of course, he's gonna rob you of your soul, your life, your wife, your job, your house. Like, nothing is safe against this character.
Shout outs to Yurikov for the $5 to the match ring. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, Yurikov. Come out to the Boston locals more. We miss you.
Come out to these Casa locals, man. It's been weeks.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
I guess you didn't get the memo over here, but we'll fill you in later.
All right, looking forward to it.
Boston locals. What the fuck?
No, I mean the offlines.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we are into the match. TestYourLuck, still crushing health bars. All right, Yurkov, you do realize by saying that you don't know when these events happen, you just opened your DMs to everybody in this chat.
Yeah, you're in more danger than Kurase is right now.
Punch tagged me, but I forgot. Oh, no.
Even better.
Oh, but look at this jail. We got the 5 dust into the 5K for the wall stick, and we got slumps. Oh, no. Where's the brain?
Ooh, calls out the backdash this time.
BRC still gets hit by the Goomba Stomp? Nothing is going right here for TestYourLuck. They are getting hit at every turn.
Is that going to be quick enough? Did not drop. Finds the wall break. Finds that last bit of damage. Kurase evening it up. TestYourLuck has not represented 6K round start very frequently. That is an adaptation. Change it up. Keeping Kurase on their toes to stomp their toes.
Yeah, I mean, Nago's round start's sick. Oh, that was even sicker, but they didn't have the punish fully in their minds. They only got the 1 gunshot, but here we go, going through the wall. What's the safe jump option? Just success. I respect it.
Yeah, that's fair. YRC keeping TestYourLuck with a little bit of space to work with. Kurase throwing out the clone. Concentration to refill. Runs up with the gun, finds the 6S to close out the conversion, close out the round. That's going to be 1 apiece. Kurase showing plenty of life in this set, not going down easy. TestYourLuck has been going through the Happy Chaos gauntlet. Wouldn't really blame him if getting a little tired of it at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it a lot in terms of like tournament play, right? Like, we've been live 3 hours, right? That includes a little bit of pre-show time for us to make sure things are working, sound is working, ads are running properly. Like, that is pre-show time. Players can do whatever they want in pre-show time, check-in time, whatever you want to call it. But once that tournament starts, they are playing top-level matches for the next few hours. And when you're playing against mental stack characters, Happy Chaos, Zato, Jacko, Chipp, like these characters that you just have to pay attention to literally everything they do, like it is a lot. It is a big brain drain, especially after a long day, right? You went to work, you went to school, you did whatever you do, and now you got to do Happy Chaos mirrors for 3 hours? Bro, my brain would be pudding on the floor.
Ooh, look at that, though. That's going to be a blood pop. And Kurase can keep him in the air for so long. Didn't quite get the full conversion, though. And the clone forward, closing it out for TestYourLuck, catching Kurase on the landing lag.
Tough to see. Tough break. But these things happen.
You hate to see it. But we do see also another layer to the round start meta developing between these two. TestYourLuck is starting going for Fukio back forward again after leaving it for a little bit, and Kurase starting to jump over the second Fukio after the Fukio back. Really funny to watch the layers develop between these two.
Yeah, the adjustments coming through at warp speed. We even saw, I'm waiting for the JD that we saw out of TestYourLuck earlier, but doesn't need it this time. Just going to snipe the health bar with the Beyblade. takes the 2-1 lead, and this is kind of dicey, right? You never want to give up that 2-1 lead, especially on loser side, because it can feel really uphill at that point, right? You got to win the next 2 matches in a row, no matter what, or else your tournament's over. Your day is done.
And even if you win, feeling like you win out on a dominating victory as you're going into loser side of Grands feels a lot better for your momentum than having to slog through, right?
Yeah.
So Test Your Luck really looking to try and carry a win into the next round as fast as possible. And Kurase, got to make it happen here. Got to make it happen for the rest of the set. This is not at the start you want to see for that, down to 40% already. Make it 30.
Oh no.
Does find a 6S counter hit, forces Test Your Luck's burst, so that's a small win. Finds a way out. We've seen how scary these wall slump loops can be if they get going. Kind of like this.
Out of bullets, but they can reload real quick right here.
Got that hard knockdown. Is he going in for mix? Is he going for range? Mix it is. Backdash finds a counter hit on the 2D, but doesn't find the conversion.
And you're dead because of it. I think they messed up the input. I think they wanted the 6S, but got like a reload for a second, I think. Because you saw the 6S come out late, and it whiffed on the falling Nagoriyuki.
And off of the back of that one miss input, Test Your Luck is 1 round away from the run back in Grand Finals. Kurase doing a good job with the zoning, though. Turns out hit scans are relatively powerful. Test Your Luck has enough blood to where he can't just wild out in the direction of Kurase and hope it works.
And we've seen how that runs before, right? We've seen this matchup enough times that once that blood is too high, it's basically a death sentence, especially now that we're kind of in a gunshot loop where that tension bar is just going to keep coming back. You keep going to brain blast, but you let him in. Now is Nagoriyuki time.
Naruto time is a scary time.
Look at all that chip damage. Goes to the red RC. Up, down, mix.
Watch the blood. It's so close to popping. He's playing on the razor's edge here. Kurase finds the opening he needs to bring this to 1 round apiece. Not quite closing out yet. Ooh, Fukio back to bait the burst. Means Kurase's in a whole world of hurt here. Test Your Luck has a bar.
Oh, gets the hit by the
counter hit
last
of the
one.
RC. JD closes it out. Test Your Luck gets the run back in Grand Finals against Symbolist. Kurase, very, very well played. Lots of good looks there. Lots of good interactions. But sometimes Nagoriyuki, upper side of the bracket in Winners Finals. Test Your Luck on the Nagoriyuki as always. It looks like we are jumping right into it. Test Your Luck finding pressure.
Yep, gonna get the OTG there.
Burst comes through for Symbolist already. Command throw, lots of damage for Test Your Luck. Finds the wall splat. Doesn't have the meter for a super, but that's okay. Symbolist giving plenty of space to fish for counter hits. I really like that opportunity.
This round looking a little wonky here. Target combo finishing out the damage there as well. It's gonna be a round on the board for Test Your Luck.
I always laugh a little bit when you call it a target combo because my Tekken player background is like, no, it's a string. What are you talking about?
I'm sure there's a name for it in Guilty Gear world too. But
I'm sure.
I was doing Street Fighter before
Yep.
before Guilty Gear even came out, so it's just it's the same thing, right? We can be a little flexible here, right, chat?
It's not. It's not.
We all know what we're talking about.
It's not. It's not. You two are plebs.
It's a Gatling. That's the word. Yeah.
It is,
Thank
yes.
you, V for Charlie. I had
wait,
it on the
we
tip of
did-
my tongue, but
Oh, you didn't know? I thought we were memeing about it. Yeah, it's called the Gatling.
no, I actually totally forgot about Gatling being a thing.
Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah, well, there you go. V for Charlie got you then. You know what else? Symbolist got this round too. Very dominating fashion. That soul bad guy damage is disgusting, even with Nagoriyuki's enormous health. Test Your Luck. Speed running 2.5 bars. Sim jumping out that command grab to get the corner position, get the momentum in his favor.
Oh, the blood pop. Here's your wild throw. Thank you very much. Oh, it doesn't even go for the wild throw. It just goes for the combo. That's more than enough. You got to get the throw. Game one to Symbolist after what was a strong start from Test Your Luck too, right? That round one was pretty dominant. But after that, Symbolist just came to play.
Yeah, he turned it on. So Symbolist showing just as much fight as in the top side of the bracket. Now sometimes the losers run, if you're doing a good job, can lead to a whole lot of momentum coming into grand finals, right? You're feeling kind of good, you're playing hot, you're playing strong. And if you haven't been keeping on top of your game while you're waiting in the top side of the bracket, it can get rough sometimes. But Symbolist showing not a lick of that. This is all out offense, all out competence, confidence in the matchup. And Test Your Luck is really swinging. Symbolist got 3 counter hits in those 3 interactions. Really easy to find damage when Test Your Luck is swinging like this, and Symbolist appears to have his number. See if Test Your Luck can get something started here in the corner.
Oh, the close slash? Definitely nobody expected that one. Completely clipped him out. Did force the burst out as well, but now we got the revolver into the red RC. The bringer brings him close to the corner.
Just barely didn't build enough meter for the combo before, means Test Your Luck gets to live on a pixel. BRC doesn't find anything, and the 6S off the footsies. Symbolist playing so well here. Test Your Luck had things going for that round too, for sure. But you're seeing the RPS at the beginning of the round isn't nearly as favored for Nago as it was against Happy Chaos, right? Test Your Luck is having to play significantly more reserved at round start.
And even then, what is it getting him, right? All this extra patience, all this extra hanging back, waiting for the right opportunity, and you're starting every round down to at least 50%.
Volcanic Viper offering the opportunity for Symbolist. Knows the patterns, can see the code, reading between the lines, tries to mixes himself up. Test Your Luck finds the 2H on the counter hit in the air. Looking for just a little bit more.
Oh, the BRC situation. Gonna come out ahead. Beyblade coming through right when he needed it to stay alive here in game 2. That was kind of dicey. That really was a one-touch situation there for Test Your Luck. Oh, no.
Definitely. A Symbolist back in the driver's seat, backdashing away, getting those just defends in to try and find those punish opportunities, but not finding it here. Test Your Luck trying to make it happen.
Oh, and the chase down is insane. Throws in a Fafnir. Wild throw. Look at the damage, chat. It's insane. He went for a second one. Symbolist just trying to swag out. But YRC into the JP.
Backdash for Test Your Luck is getting a lot of mileage. Bandit Bringer is punished. Couldn't land it this time. Jabs. Small checks.
Oh, that was a nice 6P, though. The Bandit Revolver didn't get, the second portion of it, but if you get 6P the first part, that's all that matters.
Couldn't punish this one. The Fukio forward into the 2S closes it for Test Your Luck. Signs of life, I believe, in the 2 sets these two have played. I think that's the first round Test Your Luck has managed to take off of Symbolist in the bracket.
I think you're right, but I'm
Yep,
not 100%.
It was 3-0 in winners final.
But I don't remember the round. I don't remember if it was 6 in a row rounds. That sounds like.
Oh, I meant game. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like 6 rounds in a row. That's kind of bust-ass. That's tough. I guess Nagoriyuki too. Like that's a lot of work.
That'd be nuts.
I mean, we've seen it before.
A lot of blood.
It's not unheard of, but yeah, you're right. That blood is skyrocketing. He forgot his blood pressure pills today, and now he's very close to having an accident.
Keeps the corner. Could have gone for a wall break combo there. Decided not to. Gets a wall slump. I have not seen Soul Bad Guy wall slump setups before. I am horrified, disgusted, crying, and puking. As Sim is keeping up this pressure into the corner. PRC doesn't land it. Tried to go for the burst bait, but finds it with the gun flame.
Gun flame. A little silly at the end there. But hey, if it works, it works. Nice throw tech.
Here we see Yeah, Test Your Luck was going for the more aggressive round starts again. Fukio back, Fukio forward, and Symbolist really ready for it.
Right. As Soul Bad Guy, you do get a bit of privilege there, right? You do get, a 3-frame 5K. You get the DP. Like, you can respond quite easily to a lot of these options from Nagoriyuki. It's just that, Soul Bad Guy, he's not where he once was. The protagonist armor, it's worn a little bit. It's a little torn through, but he still has some juice in the tank. Like, look at this. Does he get clean hit?
Micro dash 2K into Volcanic Viper pickup was insane. That spacing is really, really tight, and that's the muscle memory to build that is not easy.
That was...
Ooh, the skibbity whoop, the Sajam special, kicking himself across the stage just to get a nice little bop, closing out the round 2-1. One more for Symbolist is going to get to be him as the grand finals winner.
Chat,
Test Your Luck has an uphill battle.
We're down to 6 codes, chat, in the Matcherino. Exclamation point Matcherino. If you guys can get all of them done by the end of this set, I will also put in $5 to the Matcherino.
You know what? I will too. So put up or shut up.
You got maybe one more game to use up 6 codes. I believe in you, chat.
Test Your Luck, looking to make it several more than that, though. Already got Symbolist back in the corner. I like the addition of 6P into the toolkit for Test Your Luck. We've seen Sim be really, really happy to get into the air with Bandit Bringers, with jump outs. So Test Your Luck adding those in as a more represented option, very threatening.
Yeah, and this is a great round so far here for Test Your Luck. Gets the close slash as well. That's enough to close it out.
He can't keep getting away with the backdashes. Test Your Luck has been relying on it all night, and it's been so effective. Not this time, though. Went for the throw instead. Sim found the counter hit. Test Your Luck getting the momentum after a burst.
Oh. Good hit. Even gets the side swap. I don't know if that was intentional, but it looked sick. Fafnir on wake up. BRC wild throw. So much damage. That's not fair. Who let him do that?
Gun feint. Keeping pressure up. Slash buttons, getting it just barely to a pixel. Slide in 2K meets him as 1 round away from being your weekly grand champion. Test Your Luck has 1 more round to stay alive.
You got this round to do 4 codes, chat. There's 100 of you in there.
You got 25 for each of you. Make it happen. Sim finding the just blocks to make it happen for himself as well. Test Your Luck checking with the 5Ks. Not happening yet, though. Fafnir keeping him honest on the backdashes. Test Your Luck has been representing it so much, has to burst as a result.
Fafnir again on wake up. It's so meaty. It's not a good thing to find yourself. The wild throw's not going to connect. Goes for it again.
Didn't quite find it, but the burst comes through to keep the screen position advantage. Has the meter advantage, has the life advantage. Test Your Luck's blood is very high, too. This is looking really dangerous for Test Your Luck. The Just Defend keeps him in range to keep his turn after the block.
Look at the blood, though. It's getting up there.
It's real up there. Tyrant Rave off of Footsie's domination means this week your winner is Symbolist off of the Soul Bad Guy. Expertise in this matchup showing so evidently. I am very impressed. Test Your Luck. Congratulations.
Any of these counter pokes that Itachi's Legacy is throwing out. Wow, the patience to wait for the kite, but still comes down with a button. Does Itachi's Legacy? Are we going to stay same side? Yes, we are. We're going to go for the throw on the reset. A second throw? That was going to be 3.
Yes. You always go for 3.